Welcome to the Small Member Squad podcast. It's been a cool minute since we last recorded our last one, but here we're joined with another friend. Actually, first let's go over our host. We have Zach
Hey, how's he?
and
I'm already fucked up. It's the
uh,
start of the goddamn podcast.
I also realized that I forgot to add a nickname for Luke. Oh
Heyo.
man.
Fuck
We
it.
have a special guest first time on the podcast. His name is Luke.
Hello.
As you can see here, Luke, we are the most professional.
I
We-
see. Very, very professional standards here
So
at
now,
Small Member Squad podcast.
do you have any? So first question
Do
I
you have
would
any
like to ask our
pre-existing
guest.
conditions? No, I don't. Also, no pre-existing conditions. I
Oh
promise.
no. I was just gonna ask. Do you have any like weird masturbation stories?
Um, only when Austin's in the room. So
Yeah,
I
he'll
mean,
just go in, like, we'll be working, and he'll just go into the back in the bathroom for like 10 minutes.
why would I go into the bathroom and do that? I just do it right by you. Just usually when you're fixing a phone. Just watching him fix a phone. I don't know, man.
I
Just
have my
something
back turned, and he just has his
Just something
hands down his pants.
So like if
No,
you
he
ever get
just
your
has
phone
his cock
repaired,
out on the counter.
if you ever get your phone repaired at our shop, make sure to take a lovely look inside, see if there's a nice little surprise waiting for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we leave a little cum inside every phone.
It's a little touch of love, they say.
True.
Okay. So, Luke, no one here knows anything about you. What are some things that you enjoy?
Well, I enjoy smoking weed a lot, frequently. I also enjoy
Hell to that, brother. I'll take
Hell
a
yeah.
hit here soon.
I play a lot of video games. I've been in esports for about 6 years. I love my dog Jax, and that's about it. And fixing phones with other losers.
Yeah, I'm a loser.
Can't have to be a fucking loser to do that.
Fuck yeah. Dude, I honestly, one good thing that this job like has really done for me is giving me a lot of free electronics. My girlfriend fucking hates it so much. Every time I bring home some new shit, she gets angry at me.
But it's all free.
It is, and she doesn't understand. It's just so valuable.
True,
Alright.
dude. Yeah, awesome.
I got I have a Samsung Galaxy S9 that's in my hands right now that I need to replace the screen and the back glass, and also possibly the battery.
That one that looked like it got a brick thrown at it.
Yeah,
Ooh.
it's a not good condition.
No.
That's fucking rough, bro.
Oh, it's horrible. I cut myself on it at least 2 times trying to just get it to Austin.
That's mad funny.
All right, so the reason why there wasn't an episode last week was because I was really busy getting ready and studying for my finals. I passed all of my final. I didn't pass the final for chemistry, but I passed the class, so that's all that matters.
True.
I have my associates now. I'm. It doesn't really feel any different.
So for
Yeah.
anybody in the podcast who doesn't know Austin that well, he has two things that would make that story false. He's a chronic liar. He has chronic masturbation syndrome. That entire week he couldn't stop masturbating. He called into work at
That's what
least
it was
3
the last
times.
episode.
His wrist, he had a cast when he came in, so there was no
Austin
studying involved.
also grew a cocaine addiction over that time. That's
Oh,
why
I
he
that
was
do
beating
like
it so
some booger
much.
sugar.
booger
He
sugar, that sticky icky. What can you do, man?
Yeah, dude, he was just snorting it like line after line. He was doing an 8-ball a day. It was crazy, man. I didn't think he could handle it, but he just kept going.
I'm a monster when it comes to my booger sugar.
Austin, have you ever seen cocaine in your life?
I've seen
I have.
flour.
Austin, have you
Yeah.
seen cocaine in your life?
I've seen
No
flour.
fucking way he's seen it.
Zach, I easily believe that you have seen cocaine in your life. Austin, have you ever in your life seen real cocaine?
I bet you that Zach can actually answer that question.
Dude, no way. I know Austin. No way.
Exactly.
Austin
No.
would never get himself in the situation where fucking Coke is there.
No, I watched some friends do it, and they're like, "Hey, man, you want a line?" I'm like, "No, I don't."
I did it for like a little while.
See, I like my weed. The weed
That's
does
true.
exactly what I want it to do, so I
That's
don't
true.
need coke.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I'm
the
so
other-
sad that I don't have a TV right now because one of my things is I'd get high, I'd play a couple of games with Zach, and then I'd get off and I'd sit in my recliner and watch TV. But I don't have a TV anymore.
So
That
now
is
he just watched
upsetting.
porn on his phone.
Right?
Like, damn.
All
That's
all
usually
12 of them?
later. I used to like watch TV, like watch some Netflix or something, and then I'd watch porn. And
All
then play
right,
bed.
real talk, Austin. I know you have like 12 phones. Have you ever watched two different types of porn on two different
100%.
phones at the same time?
100
Not
fucking
at the
Just
percent.
to
same
flex.
time.
Just to
Not at the
flex.
same
I'm
time, no.
surprised. I'm
You're
genuinely.
fucking.
I know
would.
you're honest.
The
I would have-
diversity.
All right, hey,
I would
Luke,
have it running on all 12 just to
That's
flex.
what I'm saying, bro.
Have-
You could
have-
fucking watch 12 videos at once.
have either of you masturbated while another person was like on the mic?
No.
Like,
Like
alright.
like when I'm in a party chat?
I was gonna say, yeah, like,
yeah,
No.
I've
no.
What?
done it, like, with, like, a chick over the phone. I've never once been, like, chilling with the fucking homies at a party, though. Just fucking beating my
Bro.
schmeat.
Okay, when have you been in a party chat? You're
Yeah,
chilling with
Austin,
the homies,
Have
and
you
you're just like,
fucking,
you know
have
what?
I been in
I
the
gotta
party?
I gotta pop a wrist flick here. No,
Have
no,
I-
absolutely fucking not.
So
degenerate.
There was a time when Zach and
Oh
I
no,
were
you
playing
told me.
Minecraft.
Fuck.
Zach and I were playing Minecraft.
Oh, I
And I-
remember this. He left me for like 2 hours.
No. Yeah. So we were playing, and then
Impressive.
I started on my on my left monitor. I just put up some because neither of us were saying anything. We were just sort of chilling, playing Minecraft.
Yeah, I
So
was
threw
super.
it up. I threw something up on my monitor, and like after I was just casually watching it for a few minutes, and then I was like,
Just watching porn while playing Minecraft.
Talk about living the dream, dude.
so then, I started shrugging. I'm like, all right, Zach, I'll be back, and I left, and then I came back at like 3 in the morning. I'm like, all right. I look over, Zach's gone. I'm like, okay, guess I'm going back to bed.
Dude,
See, the thing is, you gotta have a friend group where you can just go, yo guys, I ain't thinking straight. I need to go jack it real quick just to get some post nut clarity. And everybody in there's like, yeah, man, go for it. You need to have that close a friend group.
think
I would
our group
never, I would never jack it with the homies on the line. Fuck that.
I think like our friend group is like close enough where like Austin doing that. Yeah, it's like a little fucking weird, but we've all seen each other fucking cocked. It's not that out of the realm of fucking possibility of Austin just fucking jerking it while I was in the call. We're hella close. It's kind of disgusting, actually.
Yeah.
It's
I've
weird. I can't believe I'm actually still friends with Austin just because of we've never really been like there's been nothing outside of work or school
Mhm.
that
Oh, there
we've
was a couple
never
of
like
times.
well, I mean, yeah, like we go to dice show together and stuff like that.
Dude,
But
I think
I've
Luke.
never been to dice show.
oh wait, no, that's right. You have not.
I
No,
think
you
the
came
only
over to my
time Luke.
house and played VR.
Shit, that's right. Well,
Never
yeah,
got
I've been
to
over to
dice
your house a few times, but I mean, like we've smoked a few times, but I mean, aside from that, well, like we knew each other in 2016 because of Walmart.
Mhm.
And then again because of college, and then because of Radio Shack. So it's interesting that we were able to stay friends that long. But I'm glad we did, dude. You're fucking awesome.
Hell
Dude,
yeah.
I have a story about Luke. So one time I went to a fucking like Magic pre-release or some shit,
Yeah.
and I just got super. I had first turned 21, and I just got super fucking hammered with like a bunch of the Magic dudes. Like they just kept buying me fucking shot after shot.
I know exactly
spent-
what dudes you're talking about too.
Yeah, I spent like $20 or some shit on like drinks that night, while they spent a fuck ton more. and I was
Oh,
just
yeah.
hammered. I go back to the lab, and like Luke's there. I'm like, all right, sick. Dude, I had to like draft a deck or whatever. I had no idea. I was so fucking drunk. Dude, I don't understand how the fuck I played a couple rounds. I'm gonna be honest, dude.
That was some nuts shit. I showed up the last pre-release I went to. I was baked out of my mind.
Dude, hell
Like,
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
I realized why like people went drunk or stoned just because it was so much fun.
True.
Oh
I
my,
Dude, fuck the people that take pre-releases seriously.
for real. Like I used to, my first one that I went to, obviously, because it was my
Yeah.
first pre-release. But after that, I was like, nah, this is just fun. Everybody's tired as fuck at 4 a.m, and we just want to open some goddamn packs.
I like the way Yu-Gi-Oh does their pre-releases, just because that you it's not like it's not like you have to build a deck from that shit. You just like come with a pre-made one. You can throw in the new ones or whatever. And then
Oh, that's
just
pretty
play for
cool.
top rank and shit. I'm competitive as fuck, so
I've kind of yoinked out of Magic a little bit just because it costs so much and you have to have so much time to like
dude,
consistently do good. When I
this
played
is the big.
Standard,
Oh yeah, you going?
no, oh yeah, you're good. Just
Oh, I was
when
gonna
I
say,
played Standard, it was fucking alls I did was just touch up my deck, look for anybody to play with. Like that's all I did, and I
yeah,
could
you
never
have
do
to
that
do that
again.
shit.
Never
That's
again.
why I like modern, just because like once you invest into
A
like
good
a
modern
deck,
deck, you're
yeah.
good for a while.
But I was gonna say the fucking the dual or not dual lands, but the fucking shock lands and shit, the reprints of those.
Yeah,
Just how expensive they fucking were.
I like how they
Like,
brought down the value for a hot minute and then they all just went way up.
true. I ordered some when the value went down because
Me too, because I was still running Standard at the time, and I was running like white blue shocks because I was running White Sun. What was it? No, it was the card that essentially it gives you 7 life, and you have to put it like 7 from the bottom of your
oh
deck.
yeah, I know what
That
fucking
was
yeah,
that
yeah,
was
yeah.
some bullshit. That was a
I hated
bullshit
that card.
deck. Oh, dude, it was a bullshit deck. It was
It's
like the mirror match of that literally one round took like 35 minutes. It was stupid as fuck. I hated it. But every other deck, it just topped.
true. It was a good one.
Oh, but I felt like an asshole playing it. If you play white blue and enjoy it, you're a bad person. That's a fact.
True. That is a straight fact, dude.
Oh shit.
Austin, what are your
Yeah.
fucking topics you got for this one?
Topics.
Yeah.
So first thing I was going to bring up is talk about during the whole quarantine thing, my classes switched to online. But at the end of chemistry, the semester 2 chemistry, every single year, the teacher does what he calls the boom lab. Basically, you just take a whole bunch of pure oxygen, pump it into a 5-gallon jug, and then you light that shit on fire, and it goes boom. We did that, and he said it was the best explosion he's had so far. So loud, in fact, that the explosion could be heard from miles away. Like I came home and my mom, I told my mom what happened. She's like, "Wait, was that what that boom was?" I was like, "Wait, you heard it from all the way over here? Damn." To put it in perspective, I live about 3 miles away from my college.
He came into work and he was just like, "Dude, you'll never guess what happened!" Like super loud. I was like, "Dude,
Austin just fucking
quiet
doxing
down."
himself.
He's like, "No,
I-
I can't hear."
I blew my eardrums.
That's so fucking funny.
It was great. Zach, I'm so glad that you play Realm of the Mad Gods.
Dude, hell
That
yeah.
makes me so happy. It's such a good game.
I got actually funny story about Realm. I'm not gonna talk about it too much, but I fucking got 2 Debos today.
Ooh.
Just not even playing. Like one, I got with like a fucking priest with a tier 6 wand, and I was like, fucking
What a
yoink,
joke.
dude! Like this game's so free.
Yeah, right.
Oh.
I remember as a kid, we were all the regular classes. We had a priest, archer, warrior. I remember being a warrior and getting a T5 fire sword was like the best shit ever.
True, dude.
Back in the
True.
day. Now I'm just like, oh, T5 fire sword, like wipe a small nostalgic tear away from my eye and then keep moving on.
True, bro.
Like, where's that
Still.
T12?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Just put it in
So-
perspective.
So something that I want to bring up at this point is I hate children. Just because they're so fucking stupid. What do either of you have a story of something just stupid as fuck that you did when you were younger?
That
Yeah.
I did when I was. Yeah, you
A
lead
lot.
with this, Zach. I gotta think.
All right.
I
So
lead?
like, there's
Or whoever. I don't care.
Zach, go ahead.
I got a couple of ones that I could tell that are pretty fucking funny. I remember something I did when I was, I don't know, I must have been like in maybe like 4th or 5th grade or some shit, staying at some like shitty hotel in the Dells. Oh wait, you know, staying somewhere over there, you know, fuck it. And man, we were like playing tag or some shit just in the fucking hotel room, like a bunch of fucking retards.
Hotel rooms are
Am I-
tiny though.
Yeah. We had 2 of them though, so you know, just running
Ah,
in,
so
like,
you could run
doors
in
and shit.
between them.
And you could go out in the balcony and shit and fucking just go.
Oh no.
And I didn't realize that's like, so like I was chasing someone. I noticed that they went out there. They closed the fucking like door, the fucking glass one. I fucking run straight fucking into it, and it fucking pops the fuck off. I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ!
Oh no.
no.
Oh shit.
No,
Well, I
I'm
was gonna
like,
tell-
fuck.
There was a time when I played baseball every summer since I turned 8 or some shit like that. Ever since I was of age, and one year we had a big tournament, and because my brothers also played baseball, they also had a tournament hosted by the same people. So it was like a field that had 3 baseball diamonds on it, and I got done playing mine, and I had to watch my brother Casey finish playing his, and then they were like, okay, this game's done, or let's go to the car. So I run back to the car, and I'm sitting there in the car waiting and waiting and waiting for what seems like forever. I'm like, you know what kind of shit can I do? This was back before iPods were a thing.
Yeah, dude.
So I couldn't just sit on my gaming device and play
And
play
phones
mobile
were
games.
garbage.
Oh yeah, my dad had the Motorola Razr, and
I had a fucking razor to flip.
I I decided, I was like, hey, I pulled this little thing out of the cigarette lighter. And I'm like, hey, I've seen this. I somewhat know what this is. So I click it in and I pull it out, and it's like
Austin, no.
it's hot. And I look at it, I'm like, let's stick it in. I put it in, I click it in, and then I forget about it. Later on, I remember that it's in there. It's been in there for like 5 minutes now. And I pull it out. It's red hot. And I'm like, I'm going to touch it.
Oh no.
So I just take my hand. I'm holding it with one hand. I have my other hand. I just go really quick. Just slap it. And it was so fucking hot.
It lights cigarettes, you dumb fuck. Of course it's gonna hurt.
Austin did the 1,000-degree knife challenge. Cool.
Before it was cool.
Before it was cool. I just remember, I think the worst one for me, I was a pretty well-behaved child. I wasn't quite there socially. I was an at-home kid quite a bit, with an autistic brother, so I didn't quite understand being social or how to interact socially. So when I learned about the internet, I took to that shit like a fish in water. All right. So when I was in middle school, the term OP was the shit. If something was cool, it was OP. That's just how it was. And if you're saying, like, if you're describing something, you say coolness or something like that. Ness at the end. That's how you describe it. Well, when you're in the middle of a gym and you decide to try and make a half court shot, and you decide to mix OP and awesomeness, it comes out OP-ness, and you scream it at the top of your lungs in the middle of a 7th grade gym
Oh my
on like
God,
the second
you're a
day.
retard.
That's the
Everybody was
OP.
looking at me.
Oh, penis.
Oh my fucking god.
Oh my god, dude!
One of the
Dude.
worst experiences
middle
of my
Elementary
school
school
life.
dodgeball was the best thing ever. Just saying.
That was actual war. That was as close
It
to
was
war as I'll ever
amazing.
get.
Dude, we didn't fucking do dodgeball very much in my school. I was unlucky, dude.
Must suck to suck, eh?
Yeah, it did.
Speaking
No, we
of
had
school,
in my hometown we had a little like for some reason there was like blacktop that had like it was like fenced, and then it had a few basketball courts, and then there was a road, and then on the other side of the road was where the playground was. But like the road had fence gates on either side, and the gates were usually closed. So when we had recess, we'd just go out, and the road had a crack right in the middle. So it was the perfect dodgeball court. So we just went out and we played dodgeball during recess. Right?
Nice. Dude, we played a fuck ton of Foursquare, dude.
Foursquare
I'm a
was the shit.
monster at Foursquare, dude.
See, growing up in a small town with not many neighbors, you learn from your friends and family how to play cards very quickly. So
Yeah,
when I was in middle school, I was playing poker for actual money. I got in a lot of trouble in middle school for that. That's why I have a spade
no
tattoo. That's why I like spades. Is because I was called Spades. Because I was gambling in middle school,
That's
and
mad
the
funny.
principal talked to me. He's like, "You can't do that." I'm like, "Why not? I did it all the time back in my old school." They're like, "I don't give a shit what your old school was, you little shit. You don't bet here."
Bet.
Bet, right?
Bet.
But you know that I was actually just thinking about school, and you know that joke where it's like, yeah, my dad survived the Holocaust. He survived Auschwitz. Or no, he died in Auschwitz. He fell off the
Holocaust was
guard
fake.
tower.
It was fake.
Like that joke.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a woman who was our substitute teacher. In the same day, she said, yeah, my parents. She's pretty old. She's like, my parents actually gave blankets to the refugees in Germany. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. The Jews? She's like, no, the Nazis.
Ooh.
And then in the same sentence, turn around. She's like, your kids are pretty smart. I wish you guys could teach some of the kids in the inner cities in Milwaukee. And we were like, can you clarify? She's like, well, you guys are smart, and they're smart too, but those black kids just aren't that smart.
Oh my god.
I was like,
Christ.
what the fuck? I'm
Dude.
surprised. She's like super Christian.
Oh my god.
I don't. Oh,
So
apparently
there
she's pretty
was
well
a
respected in
time.
the community too.
There was
That's
a time
fucked.
I was at baseball camp, and one of there was an African American kid that was like practicing or whatever, and he jumps up and catches a ball that is quite, and she's like, man, that little Negro boy can really jump. We're like, Grandma, what did you just say? She's like, that little Negro boy can jump. And we're like, Grandma, no, you don't say that anymore.
Hey, by
I
the
had
way,
some
I'm just gonna fucking say this right now. If any potential sponsors are watching this episode, we support Black Lives Matter.
I
We do
don't.
not. All right. Well, I'm never fucking mind. All right.
Don't sponsor me. I don't give a fuck. I don't support their message.
He's not part of the
I'm not
actual group.
racist in any. I'm not racist in any
no,
way, shape, or form. I kicked somebody out of my store that had a swastika tattoo. Like,
Oh
I
yeah,
hate.
that actually happened.
I don't like. Yeah, fuck that. I don't really like race.
Um,
This is not my thing. I just
Zach,
don't like
do you
Black Lives
remember
Matter.
the social studies teacher from middle school? Oh wait,
Which one?
Jones.
Yeah.
Mr. Jones.
I know who.
Yeah, he came into Radio Shack because he bought a little boat that didn't work, and so I was helping him, and this little girl comes in. She looks like a fucking crackhead, and
She was a crackhead. That's facts.
Luke was helping her when Mr. Jones came in. I started helping Mr. Jones, and then she like walked out, and he walks over and he's like, "Oh yeah, I just kicked her out of the store." I'm like, huh? She's like, she had a swastika on her.
Right
Like,
on her
what?
tit, dude. right on her tit, and she could have
What?
easily covered it up. She's wearing a crop top, and I just asked her, I'm like, "Ma'am, is that a swastika?" She looked shocked and like covered it up. I was like, you can leave my store." And she was like, "What?" I was like, "Please get out of my store." And
Imagine.
she's like, "It was a long time ago." Fine. And then she just walks out and she said some stuff under her breath. I really don't give a shit. Really, the reason that I did that, you can have a tattoo like that. I really don't give a fuck. I hate racists, but you're right to get a tattoo. But what would happen if somebody of Jewish descent came in, saw me treating that person like there was nothing wrong, and they go back and they tell their friends who are also my potential customers? That's just not gonna happen. So
True. All right.
fuck that.
Anyway, I was gonna tell a story about before this about how we made like a fucking substitute teacher quit in middle school.
Fuck.
No, it
Or
wasn't
no,
a
sorry,
substitute. That was
it
the
was a
actual
fucking real.
teacher.
Yeah. We made the actual. Sorry, it was way worse. I fucking yeah. Oh my god,
She
dude.
How?
retired. She retired.
All right, so it is like 6th grade or some shit. It's like
Yeah.
math class or some shit. And like she's this like sweet old lady. I don't know why the fuck we did it. Like there was no reason for it. But like we would just go in there and then just fuck around and just not listen to her and shit. Dude.
That was so funny. He's like this. They had like another. It was in the middle of the year as well. Like it wasn't at the end of the
Oh
year.
yeah.
It was like she was
Yeah,
like,
dude,
okay, bye.
she was fucking done.
My
So there was like
God.
they had to hire a like extended substitute teacher where the substitute teacher taught that class for the rest of the year. He comes
You
in.
made that bitch rage quit.
True.
Yeah. The very first day that the substitute was in, he drew on the smartboard with his Sharpie.
Genius.
I fucking
200
remember
IQ
that.
We came in because I was in a different class. We came in for a math class, and we see the Sharpie that was like very crudely trying to be erased on the board.
Dude,
this
I
$3,000 piece of equipment.
dude, watching middle school was my favorite time ever because it was watching like fucking people trying to learn how to do the fucking smartboards. The child knew how to fucking do everything. It was the
so
most
funny.
frustrating fucking
I
thing
want to
ever.
click on the spot. And I'm like, just calibrate it. And they're like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is that?
The fuck you say to me? You fucking
The
talking
fuck you say
shit.
to me, you little shit.
Speak, child. What the hell do I do?
I like when it's extremely like off fucking. It's just
Yeah,
extremely
it was
fucked.
like it's like 3 inches to the left.
Dude, Mr. Judge refused to use a smartboard only because the teacher behind him like pounded on the wall all the time. So he'd go to hit in like the middle and it hit in like the top left corner and he just screamed in anger. Because there's nothing he could do. He calibrated it like 6 times a day, the poor guy.
So fucking
Oh,
funny.
one of my favorite times was in high school. I had a programming class with Mr. Bergs.
No,
Mr.
oh
Bergs
no.
did not know computer programming.
I have a story about him. I'll tell after.
So there was a few things that happened during that class. One, I at multiple points taught the class how to program, because I was already done with the class by the end of the first month. And then I also found out how to bypass all of the school's firewalls, because they have 2 firewalls. They have one for Wi-Fi, and they have one that's hard programmed into all of the Macs. Well, what I found out is that if I bring in my laptop to work on my schoolwork and I unplug the Ethernet from the Mac, plug the Ethernet into my laptop, there's no firewalls.
Oh, God.
So I was able
Genius.
to play cool math games and it wouldn't get blocked.
Look at you fucking genius.
Anyway, Zach, you said you had a story?
Dude, oh yeah. But and like one of fucking, I had a programming class on as well, and I was like, I was so confused on why the fuck my code wasn't working, so I like called him over or whatever. And he fucking like looks through it. He's like, "Did you make sure you did it by the book?" I'm like, "Yeah, I fucking did every step." And he's like, "Well, I don't know what to tell you. Good luck, buddy, and just fucking walks away.
There were multiple times where, like,
Teaching 100
I
right
heard
there.
students like call him over and they're like, I don't know why my code's not looking. He's like, well, let me just look through the book. And then he goes to the back of the room and he pulls a book off the shelf and he like flips through the book for like 15 minutes. And then he walks
fucking
back
funny.
and he's like, oh no. So I walk over because I'm all done with my stuff. I'm like, oh, you forgot a semicolon here.
Yeah.
Bro, we had a tech teacher like that. Her name was oh god, Miss Kep, not Miss. Your last name is fucking. What the fuck was I?
It's Austin's mom.
Bleep.
Dude, no.
Bleep.
Mom.
I have to
We'll
bleep that.
just
That
bleep
was
that
my
out.
last name.
That's fine. I don't give a fuck. I forgot what her last name was, but she did not know anything about computers. Like she would talk to us about the days that she used to fix floppy drives.
Oh
So-
fuck.
Yeah, that's what we're talking. And she taught app design, and she would do videos, probably about 20 minutes long, showing us how to do them. Well, we'd get to about 19 minutes and 30 seconds, and she would be like, "Oh, you know what? I actually messed up on something. Just get rid of this. I'll make a new video and send it out tomorrow." Like, no joke. And she kept doing that.
Are you
And
fucking
so-
kidding me?
Dude, eventually we just stopped watching the videos, and then we had one smart kid in class who would get the apps done before everybody else, and we just copy paste whatever he had, and she never noticed. Literally, that's what we did.
That's so fucking funny.
And then
So-
then my dumbass decides to take robotics with her. She knows nothing about robotics. I'm talking like she knows that robots exist, that they can be programmed, and they might be made out of metal and parts.
Wait, so
See,
what was that
that's the
class
problem
about?
with going
Hang on,
to
Hang on,
the
I
high
want to
school that
fucking
you
hear
went
what
to.
this class was about.
We actually sabotaged the class. So she wanted it to be about robots performing like puzzles and stuff, and getting around obstacles.
Yeah.
No, we were all seniors, and we said fuck that and decided to do a robot fight club.
That's
And-
fucking awesome.
Of course, the fucking Asian kids won.
Hell yeah.
Literally, it was like all these senior groups and this Asian group of sophomores was like,
Did-
"Hey, fuck you," and just killed every single.
Have you guys ever watched like the fucking like robot fighting?
Oh
videos?
yeah,
Yeah.
oh
Like,
yeah, all the
dude,
time.
There's a whole like robot fucking wrestling league in Japan. That
Oh.
shit's crazy if you guys ever get a chance to watch that.
See, I haven't seen the wrestling league, but I watched the
the
what is
little
the-
cars and shit.
no the robot fighting that they do. There's an actual show. They show it
Okay.
on TV,
hell
and I fucking love that show. I'm actually gonna try and figure out what that's called because you would
Okay.
love it. If you like that
Um,
kind of shit.
Yeah, hell yeah. That shit's dope.
So, as you guys know, for my junior year and half of my senior year, I was living in a different town, Viroqua.
Hell yeah.
And
You-
in Viroqua, at one point for I took a CAD class because it was like the only computer related class that I could take.
Dude, I took one as well.
So he decided after we learned the CAD, he's like, hey, we're gonna actually like make something. So you guys are gonna make some CAD. You guys are gonna split off into groups, and you're gonna make a CAD catapult. So
Jesus.
That's kind of cool.
6 foot tall catapults.
That's cool as
It's-
shit.
It was fucking
Yeah, that's
great.
pretty
So everyone's coming up with these catapult designs, and they're all handicapping themselves by making them like 3 feet tall when you're allotted 6x6.
Idiot.
However, we decided to make a trebuchet.
That's the
the
funniest fucking-
superior siege weapon.
True
Yes.
though.
So we made this 6 foot tall siege machine, and it took so long because it was wonderful. We were making it. We came up with the designs, got the designs approved, and we were making it. And it took us so long to make it compared to everyone else. Everyone else was done testing their stuff after like a week, and we had like 2 weeks to make it. Seriously,
You
like-
guys were crunch time, dude.
Oh, we were crunching it.
But I guarantee that
Yeah.
it was the best goddamn catapult
So
in that
we
entire classroom.
we were trying to make it, and literally like the last day, we didn't have it like the arm, instead of going down all the way, it got stuck halfway through. So we we stayed after class, after school, to try to get it finished. And at one point, like we made some adjustments. We tested it. It always shot like straight up into the air. We're like, we need
That's
to bend.
fucking hilarious.
We need to bend this nail so it comes off at the perfect angle. And it just shot off up into the air. And then like all the other groups were like, man, you guys aren't even going to be able to do anything when it comes. You guys, your design sucks. We're like, no, it's a good design. We just need to build it properly. They're like, okay, whatever, you just suck. And we're like,
Hey, man. These things are hard to build.
Tell that
Guys.
to the fucking medieval age
Yeah,
people
alright,
using
well.
trebuchets to beat the shit out of each other.
that guy was an asshole though. So we're like, okay, so we stayed after class. We made a few adjustments, and we're like, okay, we can't really test it because we don't have any weights. So we're like, oh well, I guess tomorrow's the day. So the day comes, everyone brings their shit out, and we stop by the weight room and we grab 2 45s, 2 35s, and 2 10-pound weights. And
Holy shit.
yeah, we're like, we don't know what's gonna work, so we're just gonna grab everything. So first one was like precision. So we slapped some like the 35s on there or something, and we were launching them the width of the football field. Like that, we were at a football field. We were at the sideline, and then we were launching it, through the width way of the football field.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the other groups, they don't have any adjustable weights or anything. The furthest that any of them get is to the edge of the goal post, so like halfway down the field.
Yeah.
We put the least weight that we had. I think it was actually just a 35 and a 45, but anyway, we put the lighter weight on there. We launched it, and it went like 3/4 of the way across the football field and landed. Like, we shot off 3 shots, and they landed within like 3 feet of each other.
It's pretty
Holy
good.
shit.
We took second place because the for that one, because there was a group that literally, like, their mechanism, they had to pull by hand and release it by hand, so it only went like
That's
2
fucking.
feet.
That's
It only
fucking
went 2
the
feet,
dumbest
but the
thing.
pumpkins landed on top of each other.
Oh my god.
Like,
That's
how are you
fucking-
supposed to beat that?
You can't beat that.
And then we went for distance. So we loaded up the 35 and the 45-pound weights, and we go, like, all the other groups shot off their stuff. They went to the edge of the goalpost like they normally do. We launch ours. It goes all the way across the football field and then into the baseball training diamond.
Jeez,
So it went. How wide is a football field? Is it 30 yards?
Pretty fucking wide, man.
It
pretty
was
fucking
like,
wide, yeah.
if the football field is 30 yards wide,
Sure.
then it probably went like 80 yards.
That's
fucking-
terrifying.
No, not
actually.
80. No, it was like 50 yards.
Still
like-
pretty fucking
For like
good.
a small stone.
Alright.
No,
and-
everyone else used pumpkins. We had to use a medicine ball because
Holy shit.
So that's a big stone.
Do you understand what you could do to somebody's house with that?
You fucking Austin just oh my
Yeah, your
god,
neighbors,
that's
They're
gross.
fucking done.
Like,
They're
That's
gone.
gross.
because like, if we put a pumpkin in it, it wasn't heavy enough and it wouldn't release at the right point. So we
Dude.
had to put a 10-pound medicine ball in, and it launched
Dude.
it 50 yards.
If you light that medicine ball on fire and throw it at a
Do you
neighbor,
think you could like
you
hit
gain
someone's nuts
superiority.
with that medicine ball? It's like perfectly just destroy someone's fucking nuts.
if somebody would pay you like if somebody would pay you like $1 million to do that, would you? Would you take
Yeah.
a medicine ball from
I
80
would
yards?
fucking do it.
No, I would
Would-
die.
You would never be able to have children. You wouldn't even be able to think about children at
No,
that.
you wouldn't. And I don't want to have kids.
I don't want kids either. As I said
I
earlier,
need-
I hate children.
$1
have-
million to get my. Do you know how cool that shit would be?
That
We'd
would
be
be
able to
fun.
fucking like record it. It's,
Plus,
it's
you'd go viral. Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah,
say
right.
all that revenue from that. Absolutely.
And you don't have to have surgery not to have children.
Hey,
True, I
Mr.
can just
Beast,
start.
when you watch this and decide to do something like this, you better pay us some goddamn royalties.
Yeah, Mr. Beast, Mr.
Mr.
Breast,
Mr. Beast is the one that listens to our podcast each week.
Mr.
Probably.
Breast.
One
He
of
has
those.
osteo. Oh, he has a fucking disease. Some fucking shit.
I have osteoporosis.
I
I miss
have
the.
crippling depression.
I miss those guys.
Fuck yeah. Dude, you know what's funny? Speaking of the YouTube game, Leafy's back and
I
he's
know.
tearing shit up. I fucking love that man.
His
Like
his videos like got like blacklisted. I just saw this on Twitter recently. The only way
Really?
you can see his new video or whatever is to like specifically to go to his channel.
I just have him subbed because
Yeah.
I used to watch him a little bit. He did some cringy ass shit and it just got worse and worse and repetitive and
I
I didn't
used to
really like
watch
him.
him when
He's come
he's
back with a fury.
yeah, I used to watch him a shit ton when he did the drug videos and stuff, and I think I
Mhm.
left around the time when he was like just getting super repetitive. But I do remember watching the fucking video of when he called that chick retarded.
Mhm.
I fucking remember watching that one when it came out for some reason. And
I'm just glad he made fun of Whitney, Wisconsin, and then Whitney,
right,
Wisconsin tried to
I
fuck
remember
him.
that shit.
That was I don't know why everybody tries to fuck Leafy. Like, but
He
they
doesn't
even
have a
confirm it. I don't know why. Oh, did you see his newest video by the way?
I don't watch him anymore. I probably should watch it, but
So yeah, it's actually pretty funny what he's doing. He's coming back and he's just like, yeah, all that shit that I was doing, literally was just doing it to make money. Thank you
oh,
guys.
100%. He talked to like he was like friends with Keemstar and shit,
He
and
is,
like
and that's what he
Keem-
came back and said. He's like,
Mhm.
he's like to everybody who's asking the question, why me and Keemstar have fought over the years, it's for money.
Yeah, no,
Literally, that's it. And he actually, Too Mad is actually one of his friends. If you know Too Mad, he's
Mhm.
pretty fucking hilarious. I love that
Yeah,
guy.
Too Mad's great.
I've been watching Too Mad from probably the beginning when he made his first Lucio video.
I was gonna say I watched him specifically when he was doing Overwatch shit, and then I
Mhm.
followed him into his other stuff.
He's just
His
hilarious.
editing is great.
He's funny as fuck.
Sure.
But apparently some YouTuber bitch, I don't know who, apparently cheated on her boyfriend with like 9 different dudes.
Katarino,
Yeah. So Katarino was on
The
stream
9-time.
the
talking about her
9-time champ.
depersonalization,
Yep,
and
yep,
Too
yep.
Mad was watching her, and apparently Too Mad donated to Leafy donated to Too Mad, and he was like, I'll depersonalize her for sure. And apparently he slipped into her DMs, and he's like, I'm weighing the risk of how many STDs I could get from this, but I'd smash. Fucking, and Too Mad's just like, yo, you should respond to Leafy. So Too Mad's a fan of his shit. So
Dude,
I'm very happy to
so
hear that.
I saw Too Mad did a interview with Katarino after the whole shit.
Yeah, she's just a hoe. I mean, just come out. It really, if she came out right now and just said, you know what, I just like dick. I just like lots
Well,
of dick.
dude, no way
Nobody would be mad
Carson's
at her.
back in. Look at him. I don't give a
Skinny
fuck.
boy.
Call me Carson, come at me. Fuck your fans. I hate you and your content. You're not
That's
funny.
and she even said,
Call me
she's
Carson,
like,
you
what,
said?
Too Mad?
Yeah.
She's like, Too
Yeah.
Mad, are you packing anything? And he was like, yeah, like 7, like 8. She's like, oh damn, okay,
Right.
might have to. So she is a hoe. She's just a hoe. Depersonalization.
True.
Nah, she just likes dick. Just get it. Just admit it. Like nobody'd even blame you at this point.
True. Fuck,
It's the
call me
lying
Carson.
and self-victimizing is what just pisses everybody off. Just own
And
your
then
shit.
9 other dudes.
Apparently she was like, yeah, it's just one other guy, just one. And then the 2 more come out and she's like, okay, it was just the 4. It was just the 4. Then 8 come out. Now it's 9, and it's just fucking crazy. So
Fucking funny.
I tell you what, if you catch them at one lie, they're like rats. You see one, there's 100 more behind the scenes.
True, brother.
All right.
This is why this podcast doesn't support women. I'm
No.
He speaks for himself.
Yeah,
I mean,
Austin, you really support
what-
women.
MILFs love him.
MILFs
No,
love me.
no. Cougars love him.
Yeah, that's more accurate.
Dude, I bet a lot of cougars go into Radio Shack.
I don't think so.
Alright, never.
Austin?
I don't think
Austin?
so.
How many cougars have you
I
fucked
don't see them. Maybe
Radio
because
Shack?
Austin's stealing them all. I
Yeah,
don't fucking
true.
know.
They
They
asked
just-
for the
they know
backroom
what store-
discount, and I just can't
Yeah.
turn him down.
They asked specifically which store he's working at. So you
Bro,
know.
there's no backroom discount. You just awkwardly stand there as they stroke your shoulders. You know that. You fucking know exactly how.
True.
I still have the Virginity Rocks flag hanging in the
Hell
background.
yeah, brother! Can't wait till you get sexed with that thing in the background. Austin,
Are you gonna
Austin,
hang it upside down?
Wait,
When
no. After
just
he
have to
gets
rip
laid,
it off.
you have to take a picture with the chick with the banner in the background.
I have
Wait,
to take a picture of the chick when she has it hang like around her neck as it's like a cape
I
or
was
something.
gonna say, have her wearing the flag, and then you're good.
Great.
He's so fucking funny.
That's a win. That's you metagaming there, buddy. That's what you gotta
Dude,
Oh,
shit's mad funny.
Ugh.
I want to be there with. I want to be there at Austin when Austin has sex with like Gatorade, like a fucking like Super Bowl thing. Like we fucking just run out with the fucking
Pour his
Gatorade. We
Gatorade
just
over
dump
his
it on
shoulders.
him.
We gotta
We
buy
just pick up.
I'm like,
man. We got a tailgate outside of his house.
Yeah, dude, he's like still naked too. We pick him up on our shoulders. We start fucking lifting him up.
Yeah. Just celebrating. Shit. The girl's just like looking at all of us in
She's
shock.
so
She didn't
good
know
to see
anything
you.
about anything.
Yeah.
She's like, what the
She's like,
fuck
that
is
sex
going
wasn't
on?
even
Who are
that
all
good.
these
what the
people?
hell is happening?
She's like sitting on her phone, and we're all like, yeah. Oh.
Oh,
Dude,
Alright.
that's the fucking dream.
all right.
That's
So
oh.
something else I'm kind of curious about
Mhm.
that I actually heard that they were talking about in the Misfits podcast is they had a whole bit that they were talking about streaming deals. Like,
Oh yeah.
what do you guys think about that? Signing contracts that you have to stream on a certain platform for a certain amount of hours in a year.
I think that's fine.
Yeah, it just depends on. I mean, as long as Machinima's not doing any deals like that, then
True.
There's no way Machinima can get away with their shit anymore.
right. I
they
love watching people's videos like right after they get done with Machinima, their celebration videos, just saying all the shit that they wanted to say about Machinima,
Yeah.
Dude,
how terrible they are.
my favorite one. Have you guys ever happened to Smosh? Like what they gave their channel?
No, dude, what happened to them?
So like so they got super popular when like YouTube was still hella small and
Oh,
shit.
I remember. I watched
And-
Smosh. I was a Smosh kid.
They signed with like some really shitty like YouTube like manager group or whatever to like control their revenue and shit super early on when they were pretty small.
Oh my god.
And then they blew up and they got like the amount they should have been getting, they were getting like 1% of it or whatever. They were getting super fucked out of all their shit.
Yeah, I remember that.
And
I don't know
like-
if y'all remember, but there was a Smosh movie.
and it's garbage.
It is horrible.
Oh,
it's
It
horrible.
doesn't surprise me. They
Dude.
make good skits, but that's it.
Ian, one of the main dudes, he was on a
Oh, yeah.
podcast where he talked about it, and he was just like, "Yeah, we had like no control in it. It's fucking awful."
Imagine signing that kind of contract and becoming one of the. I think they were at one point like number 4 most subscribed in YouTube.
Hey,
Yeah.
do you guys remember when The Annoying Orange had a fucking show on TV?
He had one on TV.
It had a show on Cartoon Network.
And it had
That-
fucking
that was the
Tobuscus
pinnacle.
in it.
Oh yeah, I remember.
It was the weirdest fucking thing.
Those were the dark days.
Oh man, was it? No, you know what show I really miss? I remember at one point I was at my grandma's house. I was just like sitting upstairs in one of the bedrooms, just watching Ray William Johnson, like his like meme review.
Equal 3?
Yeah, but it was
Equal,
when it was
dude, I
hosted-
loved Equal 3.
when it was hosted by Ray William Johnson.
Yep, the good days.
You just take babies and just throw them against the wall behind him.
He just said the N-word one time.
Ruined my career. Also, that show with the fighting robots is called BattleBots.
Okay, yeah. I'll look
Definitely,
I've heard
at
of
that.
that.
dude. There's a robot in there called Minotaur, which is my favorite. It literally throws other robots up in the air just by.
fucking dope.
It has one weapon, and it's just a spinning blade on the front, and that thing moves fast as fuck and just tears other robots apart.
That's
So,
fucking
definitely
wild.
worth a watch.
Yeah.
But shows. Speaking of, I know that Netflix just recently re-released the Last Airbender, or just made it
Yeah,
available on
dude.
their streaming
It's
service.
super. I've started watching
Yeah,
it again.
My ass
Netflix
binge watched
Netflix
it.
got rights for it.
Fuck yeah, and I'm very glad they did because I watched all of it.
They are
Just all of it.
they're doing a live action adaptation of it.
I'm not watching that.
No,
Netflix
not.
adaptation.
Dude,
Oh my
Netflix
god,
adaptations always fucking suck cock.
it's
They
gonna be as
do.
good as the movie. It's gonna be as
Dude,
good as.
Well,
wait.
I mean, recently, no, there's no way it can be that bad.
Can we talk about Death
but-
Note? Death Note,
No,
my
the-
favorite
the
live
Last
action
Airbender
anime.
movie.
Oh God, no! Dude,
I
that we don't talk about
tried
that
to
movie.
Both my mom and my dad were like, "Oh, I liked it." I'm like, "Have you seen The Last
Yeah.
Airbender, the cartoon?"
No,
They're
dude.
like, no.
No.
Well,
Yeah,
I
dude,
can
my
tell.
yeah, dude, that movie fucking sucked.
I don't even know why they tried to do that. That's just.
You know, a movie no one can ever remember like the plot of, but
What?
it
What?
had a huge impact. Avatar,
Wait, like the actual, like the blue one?
like the blue fucking dudes.
Dude, I
Yeah,
remember
Can you
every.
name any
I've-
characters in that movie,
No,
or like
No, you
even
can't
what
name
that
any-
movie was fucking about?
I can remember what it was
Mass
about.
deforestation is what it was
Pretty
about.
much.
Shut the fuck up.
Fucking nerd.
That, that movie fucking sold like a shit ton, and no one fucking remembers it.
Jake.
Actually,
Jake's
apparently
the main
they're
character. I remember that.
apparently they're supposed to be releasing an Avatar 2,
Yeah, I think it's too late.
directed by J.J. Abrams.
Too
So,
fucking late.
yeah, it's just way past its prime. It'll never do well. But apparently, it doesn't matter. Disney already signed the rights for it, I guess. So.
If you look up Avatar characters, it comes up with the Last Airbender. Blue
Yeah, it's shocking.
Avatar characters.
That's what I'm saying. It's shot to the most popular.
Wait,
Like Avatar: Last Airbender became one of the most popular streaming shows like this last week.
wait.
It's
Even if
good,
you look
man.
up blue Avatar characters, they don't have any names in the Google search. Like you actually have to look. You actually have to click on the fandom page.
That's so fucking funny.
I was
Like,
right.
good.
I
I
got
like the
Jake.
actor. I like that actor who played the main character. He did well. But
Well,
I
I just
don't
remember they have sex with their tails.
Yeah, that was
yeah, they do.
an
Not
odd
sex
scene.
with their tails.
I actually pissed off one of my friends with that, and I said because they also hook it up to animals and stuff.
So they
I was
fuck the
like-
animals.
I was like,
Bestiality
yo, are
at
they
its
fucking the animals?
finest.
He's like, dude, can you just shut up and watch the movie? Just appreciate the plot. I'm like, dude, I can't get over the fact that he just
They
fucking
just fucking
forced
animals.
his fucking bird and then the woman.
That's fucked up.
The bird
I didn't
and
realize
the
that.
In there too, like that shit ain't right.
Yeah, right. That's fucked up.
Nope, that ain't right.
I see
So-
no problem.
That movie is just that's a trip. Imagine watching that kind of shit on acid, like for the first time.
In the theater. Just
Oh
fucking-
my god! Wait,
I couldn't even-
are the theaters back open now?
I have
don't
no
even
clue.
know.
I wouldn't even trust them. You know what? You know what? This coronavirus shit, I really don't.
I'd go see a
It never- it
movie.
didn't
Do
stop
you
me.
think anyone's gonna go watch a fucking movie right now? You'd be like the
I'll
only
go
one in
watch a
there.
movie.
I wouldn't only because I'm broke, but that
Yeah,
has
it's
nothing
true.
to do with the coronavirus.
Yeah, true.
I feel like everybody's broke. Honestly, one good thing to come out of this coronavirus, I've never seen people hustle for cash so hard.
Mm-hmm.
Like everybody is doing shit on the side now just to get by.
Yeah, it's wild. Like, there's someone who keeps coming into Radio Shack to talking about her live stream to try to sell makeup.
No clothes, and she keeps like, yeah, I definitely need a marketer. As soon as the stuff takes off, I need a marketer. I need a marketer. I'm like, dude,
she-
I'm right here.
Is she like some bigger chick?
No,
not really.
she's
I know.
pretty skinny.
Dude, that shit's all just fucking pyramid scans though, and it's the funniest shit to watch people like get into.
Oh, facts.
It
Oh,
was
facts.
so
I know.
funny hearing her explain it. Luke and I were just looking at each other like, "Yep."
Dude, listening to people explain pyramid schemes is the fucking funniest.
Oh yeah, no, my friend is part of one. It's a travel club, and like you can get free memberships if you get more people in.
Wait,
And I
wait,
asked
wait.
him, I'm like,
Is it the
what?
Winchester? Is it the fucking one here in
It's not Wyndham. So Wyndham just
Okay.
sells timeshare, but
Yeah, yeah.
this dude still works for Wyndham, but he's
Oh,
part of
no.
another thing called like Dream Trips, and you have to
Jesus.
like buy in, and if you become a rep, which you have to pay like $50 more a month, you can like sign other people up. And I sat down and asked him one day, I'm like, how long have you been doing this? He's like, oh, probably about 5 years now. I'm like, holy shit,
Jesus
that's some commitment. And I asked him, I'm like, how much money do you think, if you sat down and added it all up, do you think you've made over the 5 years just with how much labor you've done? He's like, oh, that's easy. I've made $20 off of it.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Dude, my jaw dropped. My jaw fucking
Alright.
dropped.
Oh, that's
And I
easy.
asked
I
him,
Why?
I'm
have
like,
a calculator. I have
dude,
a
dude,
spreadsheet.
how much? Yeah, like I was
don't
thinking,
know.
man's gonna be like, all right, let me get back to you. I gotta add up all my earnings. No, he's like, dude, that's easy, $20. I'm like, how much money have you spent on this? Because he goes to all of the like the teachings and in far off places in big ass cities. I'm like, bro,
Dude.
how much money have you spent over these 5 years? He says, and I shit you not, close to $15,000
Jesus
to go and do all this.
Christ.
What is he like? How's
Now
he getting all
understand,
this money?
they're non dude, this guy, he turns money over like crazy. Like he just doesn't have anything on hand ever. I don't know how this man lives at all, but he has a ton of friends and he gets a ton of free shit.
How does
But
he not like? What does he not like have a house or where the fuck does he live? What the
dude,
fuck is this
no,
man doing?
trust me, he does not have a game plan at all. But perks of this, I got to party at a millionaire's house
Yeah,
that
it's
was with
pretty
a
good.
friend of his. Yeah, it was pretty fun. Like I got to show up. It's a 3-floor house, indoor theater, pool table. Like we got a huge ass pool in the back, 3 BMWs in his garage, all paid for by this same company. Like,
Yeah,
you get to see somebody that's doing well
dude.
off the pyramid
Well,
schemes.
like those are the people that were like,
They
just like
get they they
into
entered
it.
in like day one.
Yeah, they
That's
were
the
like
thing.
interned into the beginning, fucking spend a shit ton of money as well and stuff. Just got other fucking suckers to just come in.
We actually crashed on the way to that party.
Trip.
Yeah, we went into a snowbank and this 17-year-old kid came to like pull us out. And we're like, dude, you wanna come to this party? He was like, shit, all right. Fucking, I
Fuck yeah.
don't know that kid. Don't know anything about him. I'm like, well, you stopped to
Wait,
help us. You seem pretty
wait,
chill.
wait.
You want to come to a party?
He just followed. I imagine like you guys. He was just walking on the side of the road. He's like, wait a minute, those guys need some help.
No, I pulled up in his little
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
like shitty Hyundai or something. Something that his
Hyundai.
parents got him just to make him happy to have 4 wheels and a
Yeah.
motor. Oh
It'd be
shit.
like that sometimes.
But no, people are on the
Dude,
grind. That's definitely. But these pyramid schemes just suck the life out of some people. I don't know
true.
how. When he sees the light, I don't know how he's ever gonna have any self-respect for himself.
Dude, I could imagine like there's probably like a good amount of people that like once they like get out of it or some shit or like get banned for it or some reason. I bet like there's a good amount of them that just fucking kill themselves afterwards.
I'm sure.
My
Oh,
my
there.
my aunt is part of a pyramid scheme, and she tried to get my mom, and my mom was like, "Nah."
Smart, dude. Smart of your
Yeah.
fucking mom.
Yeah, no. I've witnessed pyramid schemes try to be like shown to me. And unless you're in it like day one, the day one who can get in on it and have it work, they're fucking smart. Anybody
True.
else are suckers. That's a
Yeah.
fact. Oh. But what can you do? I just know there's, speaking of like addiction, maybe it's an addiction for them. But like
It
speaking on
probably
that,
is.
speaking on that, there's some guy I watch, murder mystery stuff. It was the
Hey man.
what was it? Uh shit, why can't I think of it? I watched so much of it.
hmm
Now I can't think of it. But a dude apparently spent about $250,000 on an e-girlfriend, and then to get more money and to scam the insurance company, he killed his parents to get more money to spend on
Christ.
this girl.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
Yeah, that was some
hell?
fucked up shit. That I
Sure,
don't. Yeah, that's fucked up. I don't know who has like addictions like that, but you just kind of wish that there'd be
Well,
help for these people so they wouldn't like murder their parents. I think he murders like his brother too, who came to like check on the parents.
yeah, it always like builds up to something. Like there's always like some sort of past for it or something. Like I listen to a lot of like murder podcasts and shit. Uh, just listening to the backstories and stuff. It's always so fucking funny. I'm gonna be perfectly honest. Like, you're just fucking idiots.
I actually watch a YouTube channel called Jim Can't Swim, and it's him analyzing interrogation videos and kind of showing how they do it. And these pieces of shit
Dude,
that like
they
murder
can.
people.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, he breaks it down like where they're lying, how the investigators get the confession out of them. They're professionals and they're terrifying.
Dude,
Like,
they can say
oh my
some
god.
really fucked up shit in like the interrogation. So like I was listening to this one recently. They were talking. So this dude, he gets adopted into this rich family. His fucking, he like gets moved into this like side house or whatever. He fucking ends up walking inside of his fucking parents' house. And he sees his fucking adopted dad dead and his adopted mother dead. Calls the police. His father's still alive, but he's in a coma, just barely hanging on. They interrogate the son, and they're interrogating him for a while. They end up like faking like a phone call. They're like, "Hey, your dad's just waking up from a coma. Um, why don't you just?" And he said, "You were the one who attacked him. Why don't you just fucking confess now, buddy?" It's like, are you? You can fucking get away with that shit? Like that seems a little fucked, man.
That is pretty fucked.
Like they're just like they were straight up lying. Like he wasn't out of the coma at the time. They were just straight up fucking pinning it on him. It's
Yeah,
fucked, man.
I don't feel like they should be able to lie like that.
Right? I feel like that's a little too fucked. Too fucked, man.
Imagine being that kid knowing for a fact that you did not attack or anything to your
Yeah,
parents,
right?
and they're sitting there saying that your dad, your adopted father, just said that you were the one that attacked them. First of all, you're never trusting anybody again.
Yeah,
Ever.
right, dude. Oh,
Trust
dude,
issues
I
for
couldn't even
days.
fucking imagine.
Imagine being the cops. Like, how do they sleep with themselves knowing they just tore that poor kid apart?
Dude, I don't fucking know, man. It's fucked
Fuck.
though.
I mean, cops with everything going on. It's
Yeah.
not good to be a cop right now.
No,
That's
dude,
a fact.
fuck being a cop right now.
That's
Fuck
I
just
cops
think
in
I want to be
general.
a cop.
my
Don't worry, dude.
girlfriend
It's
gets
really
mad when
fucking
I say
easy.
all cops are bad, and I don't even believe it because my uncle and two cousins are really good cops, but they're in very small towns, so it's
I
kind of
was gonna say,
different.
as long as you're not part of a big town, because in
Yeah,
big
big
towns
city
it's
cops are
literally a
bad.
gang.
They're
I
literally
just say,
militarized.
I just say fuck all cops.
That's what I would say.
That's because
Catch me probably like 6 months ago, and I would be yelling that from the top of
I like
buildings.
drugs.
I mean, me too. In fact, I quite thoroughly enjoy them. But they're at the end of the day, they're just there for their own paycheck, and they're like, shit. Well, I can get a paycheck just like everybody else, but I can also shoot people. So
I'm actually really
I mean, how
surprised. I
many
went
jobs?
to my stepbrother is joining the National Guard, and today was his going away party. I'm actually really surprised that all the rioting and whatnot didn't end up a topic of conversation.
People
Especially
are
with the
trying.
National Guard.
I feel like people are trying to avoid it in certain situations.
My sister's boyfriend, I just met him. I used to go to high school with him, but I haven't seen him in like 4 years, so I just recently re-met him, and he's going into the National Guard too. And I was like, hey, are you excited to go shoot some rioters? And he was actually like, nah, I really don't want to do that. So I don't know the attitude of the
Well,
people going in right
I don't think that the National Guard is shooting anyone?
No,
No,
they're
it's 100% the fucking police
It's the
officer.
police, yeah. Plus, people don't really have shit with the National Guard. They're just like, yeah, they're pretty much just home army troops. We don't have shit with them. But yeah, people just really have a problem with police brutality, and I don't even know what side to believe at this point. Because at first I was like, yeah, fuck the cop who did that. But then come to find out, this dude has 5 prior convictions. Apparently had cocaine on him. Obviously didn't deserve to die. But like,
Actually,
the more I read.
supposedly, from what I heard, his actual cause of death was not suffocation.
Can we?
That's the
Let's not.
autopsy
Let's
report.
not fucking talk about this. I'm gonna be honest. I don't want to fucking get all political on the fucking podcast.
Fair
I've
enough.
avoided talking about this, like, just in general. My stance on it is, fuck them. Just fuck whatever is in the fucking wrong. I don't want to fucking get into any fucking arguments or anything over this fucking dumb shit because
Doesn't
I
actually
have better
affect me.
to do with my
No.
fucking life.
Yeah, it doesn't affect. We're all white guys. It doesn't really affect us that much.
No,
In
that's not
small
what I
town
mean by
Wisconsin.
No, it
Small-
really
small
isn't. I mean,
town.
when you think about it, it doesn't affect me. It doesn't affect us. My girlfriend, she's Mexican. At her work, she works at the Wilderness. So some woman literally came up to her, asked her where she was from, and when my girlfriend said from the Dells, she's like, "No, where are you from?" She's born in the Dells. Like, that sucks
Yeah.
for her. She has to deal with racism on a daily. And so it's not really our place to talk about it. We can comment on it, but really our opinion.
I don't. I avoid fucking talking about it. I've
Fact.
never fucking once brought it up. My stance on it, it's fucking wrong. I don't agree
Yeah,
with any of it.
that's a
So
fact.
fuck it. All right. This probably been an hour.
Yep, a little bit more than an hour.
Yeah. All right. Let's
Luke,
fucking
you want to
wrap.
plug any social media?
Oh shit, I don't got any. I'm sure if I stick with the
Well,
podcast, which if you
check
guys
out
want me back.
twitch.tv / Apex Underground.
Oh yeah, Apex
Yeah.
Underground official. That's my if you like watching Apex tournaments, I do a lot of that kind of stuff. I haven't done it as much recently just because I've been super busy moving into my new apartment. I'll get back at it eventually, but I'm sure you guys will catch me around in the podcast playing Minecraft. So
All right. Yeah. Fuck everything.
facts.
Fuck
everything.
That's the title of this. That's the title of this podcast. Just fuck everything. Make sure to bleep your name out.
Yep, I make a note of it's
Boom.
literally called podcast bleeps, and I just mark down times I need to bleep.
That's perfect. But yeah, no, this was fun. Why do you I have one question before we go. Why the hell do you host this at 11 p.m.?
Because we're all degenerates that stay up super late.
It allows me to talk freely without fear of anyone overhearing what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, that's right. You still live at home.
Yeah, Austin lives under Nazi Germany rules.
That's true.
He can't speak his mind.
I just know you said something about your friend being overheard by their sister, and that scared the shit out of me.
Wait, what?
What?
Yeah. Austin, you
Explain
said one of your friends got overheard by their sister and got kicked out of their house.
What? I do not remember this.
What? You said that somebody that you were thinking about living with, they were playing a game and said something pretty derogatory, and their sister overheard it and told the parents, and the dude got kicked out of the house.
No, that wasn't what happened. But we're gonna talk about that in one of the later podcasts.
Well, can you just tell me now?
Well, it was Jake. And
yeah?
It wasn't that they overheard him, it's he did other shit that they kicked him out for.
True.
Oh. Okay.
Really fucked up shit.
Oh, that's not good.
But we're gonna talk about it in a later podcast.
Shit.
I have no idea what, because during that whole time I wasn't friends with him.
Yeah. But
after high school and shit, I left. Oh, it's fucking.
You don't really need to be friends with him.
I didn't like him too much in high school, to be honest.
Oh, wow, that bad? Holy shit.
Yeah, nobody should be friends with him.
Damn. All right. Well, I definitely need to hear about this. I will. Let me know when that podcast is gonna be. Cause
Mhm.
shit,
Yeah.
this is interesting.
So I will for sure be. I mean, obviously, I'll be in the podcast. I'm the main host.
Tanner needs
but
to be in that one also.
Tanner would possibly be the only other one that we need.
Okay.
But I don't
'Cause-
want it to just be me because I didn't hear the
Okay.
whole story. Tanner
I want to be there as
knows.
an
I
audience
have.
and be able to give my comments because apparently this sounds like some pretty
That's
fucked
it.
up
We
shit.
can have you in there. Without too
Yeah,
big.
if you guys want me back, this is fun. I love just sitting talking shit. So
That one I'm not gonna be able to say very much. Sorry, I'm eating the fucking
Just
granola. I was
eating a
hungry.
bagel. Just,
Shit.
mm.
I was hungry as shit that entire podcast, dude, and I was fucking restrained.
I had 2 slices of pizza in between us gaming and doing the podcast. But we really need to end this.
for sure.
So everyone,
Wait, I thought we did.
no.
Just
Still
fucking
go.
Austin. Just fucking end it now and then cut it when you fucking like there was silence or whatever. Just fucking do that.
All right, bye.